You want the ultimate workout to build speed and dexterity in that little finger. And on today's video, I'm gonna give it to you. Hey there kids, it's your good buddy, Uncle Ben. Here recently I've received an unprecedented amount of comments, DMs, carrier pigeons, and telepathic messages from you guys begging for the ultimate little finger workout to become the greatest SHREDDY Knight ever known. And I could have showed you just some boring ass exercise, but I think that stuff is really dull. It's way more fun to learn these new technical things inside of a piece of music, which is why I wrote this neoclassical style etude in the key of A minor. It's kind of Vinnie Moore-style sounding to me, to give you guys the ultimate workout that you need for the tiniest digit. Work on this thing this week and I guarantee by the end of it you're gonna have one hell of a hunky pinky. As always, this video is brought to you guys by everybody who supports my channel over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Sign up today. Even for just $1 a month, you're going to get access to a ton of exclusive goodies like bonus lessons, backing tracks, downloadable tabs, and so much more. This week, everybody who supports my channel, even for just $1 a month, is going to get access to the practice tracks that I made to go along with this workout, as well as the guitar profile so you can get it up to speed and build your perfect practice session. You're also going to get the tabs and a special bonus video showing you guys the secret new practice technique I've been using to get stuff up to speed in no time fast. So don't delay. Sign up today. Gear-wise, I'm going to be playing my beloved Suhr modern Satin right here through the Fractal Audio Axe FX 3. Yeah, let's hear that little finger liberator again at stepdad speed. So first I'm going to show you guys what this workout is based on and how to play it. Then I'm going to give you all the technical tips that you need to get it up to speed in no time. Let's get into it. It's based around a neoclassical kind of minor blues progression that goes like this. All the arpeggios that we're going to play follow that chord progression, and the first one is this A minor here in the 8th position. Here's how we're going to play it. So the A minor shape we're looking at is like this. And every other note that we're going to play is going to be that little finger on this high E note. So that's the first style that we're going to play those arpeggios in. You'll notice it always starts off with a hammer-on from a lower note, that way we can build some strength in that little finger. And then descends down the arpeggio, always returning to that high little finger note. After that, we're going to mix it up to this phrasing style. A little more Bach rock, YOLO mouse meat style pedal tone kind of lick. So you'll notice here I'm starting off with 2 pick notes, and then I have this phrase where I pick a note and then do another hammer on with that little finger. Again, we're building strength whenever we do that. Play the lower note in the arpeggio, next lower note, then the middle note. So we have next up, we're going to play D minor in the same fashion. We're going to be using this shape. And with the first phrasing idea, that means we're going to start off here with the first finger on the 10th fret high E string and hammer onto that 13th fret F note. And then the pedal tone style one is going to sound like this. Put together, you're going to have this. Now after this we get to the E7 flat 9, which we're going to play as like a diminished sort of sound and shape right here. It's kind of a real wreck harmonically. It sounds really cool over that E7 to have that more F diminished sound. You're getting a lot of the essential tones from that E7, like the 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, high 3rd right there. But then this F note down here is giving us that flat 9 sound, which gives us that diminished, fully demolished neoclassical kind of sound. So the shape that we're going to be using here is that 13th fret. Looks like this. And we're going to play it with that hammer-on style first. And then the pedal point style lick. That little part right there is going to have a lot of y'all hating your lives. It's so hard to play. And then after this we have the A minor to A7 part. Now we're going to be using this arpeggio shape for the first A minor, and we're going to kind of split this between the first style for the A minor and the second style for the A7 that we switched to. So the A minor is going to sound like this. That was really satisfying to play, just the little finger and the first finger moving up and down right there. And then for the A7, we're going to switch to this. Again, we're building up control, working from every finger to the little finger. We did a lot of stuff with the 3rd and 4th fingers, now we're doing stuff with the 2nd and 4th fingers. You're building up all that dexterity by learning this exercise this way. So now you have the first half of the workout. Let's run through what we got real quick, then move on to the rest of it. This leads you around to the D minor in this position. We're going to play that with the first style with the hammer-on leading. And then we're going to transfer to this A minor shape again with the pedal point lick, using the G sharp note right behind the A. And then we're going to play over the E7 flat 9 by playing that diminished shape. in two different positions. So you're gonna have it right there at the 13th and then jumping down 3 frets to the 10th. It's gonna sound like this. And then end on A minor with the second style kind of pedal point lick right here at the position that we started at. And that's the entire thing. So we start off here with the A minor. D minor. E7, A minor to A7, D minor, A minor, E7, A minor. So now that you got this thing down, let's talk about some technical tips you can use with both hands to get this sounding and feeling more better. Let's talk about the picking approach. Now, whenever you play this, there's a couple different ways you could do it with your picking hand. I think of that as kind of the more standard way, starting with a down and a hammer, and then just down up the rest of the way. Good to work on that string skipping and all that jazz. And then for the second style of lick, I would play it like this. So that's down, up, down, hammer, down, up, down, hammer, down, up, down, hammer, down, up, down, hammer. Kind of keeps your right hand in the groove if you play it that way. That's probably the most standard approach you could use, but you could also do this with some hybrid picking. I think I actually did that sort of without thinking about it a few times in this video. It's one of my favorite ways to use hybrid picking. It's almost like he's the go-ahead to get to the string first before the pick does. And it just makes the string skipping kind of non-existent. You see my pick is kind of sedentary here because the middle finger is doing all the work of catching that high note. Another way to think about it is as if the middle finger is replacing all of the upstrokes. So if you're looking at the tab, just go on here and every time you see an upstroke, replace it with a middle finger hybrid pick note if you want to improve your hybrid picking skills, which you probably do. Now obviously when it comes to the left hand, the biggest obstacle that you're going to face is getting control over that little finger. And there's a simple thing I want you guys to try if you've ever struggled with, you know, the flying finger syndrome or really mimicking the motions of your other fingers with that little finger, which is really common. There's a little thing I want you guys to try. Here's the thing, whenever that little finger is like really close to the ring finger, you know, whenever we're just totally relaxing our hand and it's touching like that, odds are whenever we move the ring finger, we're going to move the little finger too. And those kind of ghost movements are really going to hold you back from playing arpeggios and stuff like what we're looking to do today. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to focus on spanning your fingers. Do you see this? I've just got a little space in between every finger. I'm not, you know, going crazy or anything here, but just think about creating a little bit of space in between your fingers like that, especially these two guys right here. Whenever you do that, whenever you make a conscious effort just to span the hand out, that way every finger is ready to be used and every finger is ready to be engaged, you're going to add in a little bit of, I'm going to think of it as necessary tension into that finger. Now, I'm not talking about like oh, like ramrod straight, you know, first date with a proctologist kind of sensation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just enough to where you're keeping it separate. That's enough. Maybe engagement is the better word. Enough engagement of that finger to where it's going to have the slightest amount of tension in it that's going to give us the control that we need. Think about the most gentle, delicate, you know, pinkies up while you're drinking tea with the queen kind of sensation. That kind of feel right there. That's enough to gain that guy a little bit more independence of mobility, a little bit more control out of it. That slight bit of engagement in the little finger is what most players are missing to get control. I guarantee if you try this, just try keeping those fingers away from each other, spanning just a little bit. Find the least amount of tension that you need to make that happen. I guarantee that this is going to make a huge difference to the control that you have in that little finger. And always remember to take the advice of the amazing Victor Wooten. When it comes to stuff like this, don't try hard. Try easy. I swear, this mindset alone will change things for you. Whenever we struggle with something, we tend to try harder, which means we grip harder, we pick harder, we fret harder, we make everything harder. And that becomes this like self-fulfilling prophecy where the thing that's tricky gets trickier because you're making it harder. Try easy instead. Relax. Almost make it a joke. How relaxed can I make my hands while I play? You know, what's the most gentle spanning of the fingers I can do? Make it comical. And I swear this is going to make such a huge change in the level of control that you have in your playing and the ease in which you can conquer stuff like this. So there you go, guys, the ultimate little finger workout program. And it's a lot more fun than practicing trills or some lame exercise. You can take those arpeggio ideas and repurpose them into your own phraseology, you know? Add in some cool Vinnie Moore-style arpeggio playing into your soloing just by taking those concepts and applying them in a more musical way. I always think it's better to learn stuff that way. Why just do exercises when you can play music, right? Music is the end goal anyway, so why not just start there? Keep it up, get into it. I'm sure that it's going to make a difference for you, and you're going to get even more out of it if you grab those practice tracks, tabs, and guitar profiles over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/BenEllerGuitars. That's where you're also going to find the bonus video where I'm going to show you an essential practice technique that you might want to check out to get even more out of your practice sessions. So be sure to sign up today. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications every time I upload a new slice of fried gold. And if you master this thing, be sure to put up a video on Instagram or wherever and tag me in it at BenEllerGuitars. I'd love to see your progress with it. Well guys, it's been fun as always. Now it's time for you all to get that little finger in action. Get into it. Let's click it. More pick it.